Alright, I'm working on this old Clinton today, and we had a chance to look it over a little better. And I think we determined it might be like a 1946 or a 47. Probably a 47 because the carburetor was a Tillotson, and I think the 46s had Zeniths on them. But anyway, I was gonna try and make one engine out of the two. And after I realized the significance of this, you know, this is one of the first ones made at Clinton. It's before they even started calling it the Clinton Engine Company. You know, back then they just called this the Clinton engine. So what we're going to do today is try to loosen up these valves here. Both of them are frozen solid. And another thing, a lot of people in the comments, they were asking about the Magneto, you know, where the Magneto was. The flywheel itself was just a big hunk of cast iron, and the magnets on this, let me put this light on, are actually down here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll try and turn the crank. There's one magnet, and I don't know if I can get to the other one because the valves are locked. Yeah, there's the other one here. There's one magnet, and there's the other. So it's pretty unique. I've never seen anything like this before. So I'm liking this engine because it's so different, and I'm learning a lot. So like I say, first thing we're going to do is we're going to try and unfreeze these valves so I can spin that and see if we can get a spark, see if that coil's any good. Alright, another thing I noticed about this engine here is the tip of the crank seems to be bent, you know, ever so slightly, but it is bent. I don't know if you can see that. Like right now it's just about touching, and then I can't get a full rotation out of the crank, but enough to see that. You see, it's not much, and it's just a tip. It has nothing to do with the rest of the crank. So I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to try and straighten that, but it is about a 1/16 off. So if it looks like it's bent, it is. All right, let's get to work here. All right, yeah, I got the crank turned so that there's clearance between the tappets and the valves, and I'm going to set you up on a tripod there, and let's try and loosen these up here. We'll just get a plastic hammer and try and beat them down a little bit. Alright, they've been soaking in Aerocoil overnight, so we just need to get a little bit of movement out of it. Oh yeah, look at that. I meant to clean out around here. But yeah, once you get a little movement like that, sometimes you get a screwdriver in there and twist a little bit. There you go. Look at that. So that one's pretty loose. Let's see how this one does. Right. We got some movement out of that one too. That's good. Alright, this one's a little tighter, so let me try and get in there and push it back up and get a little movement. This one here I think will come out though. Alright, I'm going to play with them a little bit. So once you get a little bit of movement out of it, like this one here, then you turn the crank, and you see that one's working. See? So now the other one, try and turn the crank and get the other one to come back up a little bit. It's going to give us a little trouble, but we'll get it. Let me put something on us like that flywheel, so I have a little leverage because I can't really turn this. Alright, I got the flywheel. This flywheel's pretty interesting. I mean, it's just a big hunk of cast iron, like I said. There's no magnets in it or nothing. Alright, I'm just going to stick this on just so I have something to turn this crank with. Okay. You hear it hitting now. Now just gently, there you go. Just gently tap it, and we got it coming up. Head back down. Alright. Alright, we're getting movement out of it. That's good. Now we'll see if it we can twist it. Okay, there we go. Now we just we'll spray it down with some more aero coil and keep loosening it up. There we go. Alright, here we're getting making progress here. We spray it down and keep twisting it and loosening it. Alright, got them both working. The exhaust isn't working as well, but the intake is here is nice and loose. This one here, yeah, it's pretty good. Alright, it is held in with little pins, just like the old brakes. So let me take them pins out, and I'm going to try and get them exhaust valves out of the way. Okay, got the intake, and the exhaust here is a little stiff, but it's coming. Just got to work it back and forth and pull up on it. There you go. Not too bad when you clean them up a little bit. A lot of crud in there. Wow. Okay, let me clean this all up, and then we'll put the flywheel on and see if we can get a spark out of this thing. Alright, got them valves out, and the valve springs seem to be the same. You know, usually on the newer models, you know, the exhaust valve's a little stronger, but in that case they're both the same. Alright, I cleaned the points and set them, and somebody just cut this wire off, and I'm just gonna tape an extra lead I have on here. Instead of crimping anything on there, I'm just gonna twist that on there and tape it up, and then find a spark plug, and we'll see what we got. Alright, we hooked the plug up to it, and I got the flywheel on here and a drill, and I already checked it, and it's I'm getting a spark, but it's not a good spark. It's sporadic, and that's the worst kind. So let me see if I can get it going for you and show you what we mean. So we're getting a spark, but it's not. Right there, it's pretty good, but it made a liar out of me, but that's good. Maybe it's got a bad condenser or a weak condenser. Yeah, so well, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to check the condenser, and then we can take the rest of this thing apart. Alright. Yeah, I disconnected the capacitor here, the condenser, and I got my little meter here. I use this meter a whole lot. So hook this up to the positive there. Yeah, if you don't disconnect it, you're gonna get a wacky reading. I gotta set it at 20 UF and 0.73. Alright, that should be around 0.22, so it's way out of whack. And then each time I check it, sometimes I get a different reading. Get a steady reading now, but anyway, it's way out. Like I say, it's supposed to be 0.22, and I think you get a plus or minus 10%. So it's still way out. So that may be a reason why. See that now it's 0.69, it's 0.70, 0.71. I don't know. I think they call that a leaky capacitor. You have to check with your radio guys out there. But anyway, it's no good. So we'll have to replace that or restuff it or something. Alright, I don't know what I'm going to do now, but we'll figure it out. Alright, We started taking the bolts or the screws out of this backing plate here, Magneto, whatever you want to call it, and starting to have parts fall out from behind here. So this video is more for me than you guys, because I'm sure you guys don't care about what's falling out from behind. But let me turn the light on here. Yeah, this something right here. Looks like it might be some kind of adjustment or something, you know. So this might be how you adjust the timing on this thing. I don't know. Like I say, these are uncharted waters for me. So I'm gonna loosen this screw here. And you hear it? Look, there it goes. See, that's elongated, and it has another plate behind it. So the only thing holding that in now is this other screw. So if I take that out, then that'll just fall on the ground there. So like I say, this part of the video is more for me than you guys. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you up on a tripod, and then we'll take it off. But before I move it or take it off, I'm going to put some witness marks at where it's located until we figure out what this thing is. I'm just going to put a mark here, pretty much dead center up here. Okay, I marked it right at the edge of this thing here. So I might not need these marks, but just in case. Alright, let's see if we can take this whole assembly off. I loosened that so I can get the screw capacitor there. Okay. I think something else just flew down. Yeah, another one. Okay. So you got one up top. You got one on the bottom. These aren't like Briggs, you know, where everybody knows what's going on. You have to find a certain person that works on these all the time. You got one screw stuck in there. Alright, let's see if this moves. It does. Okay. So this fell out of the top. And it looks like this goes on this side. And that would be on the back. Okay. So that goes where them two bolts are. Okay. I don't think this one is tight. Alright. The only thing holding in now is that spark plug wire, and I taped this extension on here, so I'm going to have to take this apart to get this off. Alright, don't go anywhere. Alright, disconnected that cable that I attached and took these out too. And the spacer goes towards the block. Okay, and they look the same, so I don't think we'll mess anything up. Oh. Okay. Here we come. Interesting setup. Oh, don't lose that. Alright, here are your magnets that you guys are asking about. And you can't see it, but right here is a little minus. So that's minus. Magnet's in good shape too. Okay. So I'll have to look at that and see what holds that on. Okay. I'm going to shut you guys off for a little bit. Alright, you still there? We figured out what them plates were, and it's pretty interesting. I'll grab them. Alright, at first I thought it was like a spacer. This was like a spacer or something like that, but it's not. I actually put one back on so you could see. You see you got a lip here and a little groove. So in actuality, I put it back on, and I actually didn't have to take these screws all the way out. Just loosen them, because it's an elongated hole here. Can you see that? It's an elongated hole here, and what it does is, all it does is clamps on there. You know, that goes on, and then interfering. The magnet's interfering with me. Alright. Yeah, that just goes on like that. Oh, this here's holding it up. Anyway, yeah, I'm having trouble with the magnet. But anyway, once you push it on there, then you just push this in, and now that clamps onto the back of that plate, and then you just tighten it up. And I guess, good thing I gave myself witness marks, because I guess you can adjust the timing. Interesting. Alright, something else I've seen. Let me take you off the tripod there. I was looking to see how this comes out, this magnet and everything, and this, I guess all this stuff here must be pressed on, and let me show you what happens when stuff gets worked on. Hold on a little bit. Whoa. Alright. Check this out. Looks like somebody must have had a puller on this, and it's sort of dented, pulled in, dented, so I don't think I'm even going to try to take that off. That's right where the magnet is. There's that negative I was telling you about. So I think when we take this crank out, we'll take it all out as one unit. I don't think we'll have much choice. But if you look at the rest of these, look at these bolts that hold everything in. They're really gnarled up. So somebody's had their mitts in this over the years. And it don't surprise me. What is it? I don't know. You guys tell me. 76 years old or something? It's 1946 or 47. So that's where we're at. I think what we're going to do now is I'm going to put it up on a block and loosen the plug here and drain the oil. It seemed like it was a little sludge in there. When I took this out here, looked like there's a little sludge on the end of the tip there. Oh, back it up there. So we don't know how much is going to drain, but that's where we're at. Alright, I got the engine sitting up here on the block, got my oil pan, and I went to get my wrench here, and I got a 3/8 box and stuck it on here. Let's see if I can get some light on the subject. And put it on there, and I realized, you know, it's pretty tight, and that 3/8 box is just going to round the edge off of that. And then I got a 5/16 open end here, and that's going to do the same thing. That's going to round the edges off. So I remembered over here, this is my go-to box, my sockets here. This has been sitting in the same spot for over 40 years. So I probably had this set for maybe 45 years or so. But anyway, down here in the corner, there's 3 sockets that I've never used, and they're 8-point. And I said, you know, why would anybody want to use that? I think you see how shiny it is. And sure enough, I think this is it here. This 3/8. You see the 8-point socket. That's the wrong size. Wrong size. Let's go back here. Hang in there with me. 5/16. I said it was 5/16, right? Fits right on there. And matter of fact, I never used it for a socket, but I must have used it to sit on something in the paint. So we're going to use it. I knew when I bought that I'd use that eventually. All right, let's see what's in here, if anything. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. If I knew this thing worked so well, I would have used it long ago. Alright, maybe I'll stick something in the back there, tip it a little bit. Not much coming out. So we're going to let that drain, and then I guess we'll take the bottom off. Maybe tomorrow. But for now it's around dinner time, so I'm going to call this one done. Probably going to be a shorty, but hey, it's something, right? Alright, enough of this. Oh, you know what? I always leave a link for the aero coil and our meter. You guys always ask me about that, so always check the description and below, and you'll find links for all this stuff. Alright, enough of that, enough of the pitching. Alright, see you guys in the next one.